enough to get me in?
You're in there.
Because
David Thibodeau got 3 wins and they
yes,
forfeited.
yes.
They forfeited.
Start with that,
All right.
and then
Yeah, everybody's got a pen?
Yes, sir.
no, you got one. Toss it to me.
I'll get them for you.
Give me 1, 2.
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 bonds.
Yeah, select got
Like-
12 bars. That's stupid.
Make that make sense to me, bro.
You can express your opinions in a minute.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
You talking about all the buys?
Yeah,
That's the split, and that's where I think it's
12 bars and select.
Yeah, dude. You got one bracket. Both teams get a first round bye, so they just automatically go to the second round. Like
Did David Thibodeau forfeit?
David
It
Thibodeau
used to be a
wins.
lot. It used to be a lot worse. There used to be teams sitting in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Back when they only had
I wish
8
I
teams.
wish they went to the college format where it was like a regional.
That's what they. That's
Yeah,
what
that's what I
they go
hear.
propose.
So like the guy that I seen propose it online, like he had a good idea, but I would stick to the college format where you have a regional, like a 4-team regional, and then a 2-team super regional. Like he was talking about doing like a matchup in the first round, and the winners of that go to a 4-team regional. I think you should go 4-team.
With the current format, or do you combine?
No, so it'd be a separate format.
Y'all want to share? It's live. If y'all want to share it.
What's that?
What's that?
The
Oh yeah,
Oh.
someone had posted online about changing the format to where you would go to. So for example, if you're looking at, let's see, what's your highest seed? So 20
in the select.
23. You got 2014.
24 in the
So basically,
non-select, 20.
one would play. You would have like 1 and 24. So like it would match up where you would have.
So you play one round, and then the second round goes to a regional.
Correct. You
So
would have a
that's what I'm
14
saying.
regional.
Yeah, that I'm fine with.
I wish they would go. I wish they would do like a 4-team regional in the first round, and then do a super regional best 2 out of 3 in the second round. Kind of how college is, because you have a 4-team regional, and then the teams that win go to a super regional, and it's best 2 out of 3 format.
Yeah, I get it.
And then you take your top, however many teams you want to take. You take 4 teams. You take 8 teams to your state tournament.
Good.
So like college takes 8 teams, where high school format you'd probably have to take your top 4 teams, make it work to where your last 4 teams play for a World Series.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jordan Taylor. We are live here from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts Building here in Opelousas, Louisiana. How about a first ever bracket release baseball show? I know you see all the football helmets behind us, but grateful Mr. Gary Swallow allowed us to come to the studio this evening. Got 3 coaches that join me in the studio. Cannot talk baseball this evening if I didn't bring in some guys that are willing to talk a little baseball playoff brackets. It's going to be a lot of fun. First time doing it. We're going to give it hell. And we're going to see what they know about some teams around the state. Pick some brackets here. See who's going to go win it all. A lot of teams trying to repeat. A lot of new faces trying to get to the tournament. And a lot of new formats that we're going to have to discuss this evening. We also had games get underway this evening. So if anyone wants to update us in the chat, leave some scores in the chat below and we'll get those scores read. We're going to talk intriguing matchups, who's on upset alert, some dark horses that come out of these brackets. We're going to pick the finals, pick our champions. A lot of questions I'm going to ask these guys. I want their opinions this evening. We got a big show in store. Thank you for being with us. Hit the like, hit the share, ladies and gentlemen. Already 25 of you in here. Let's get this one going. Like I said, my name is Jordan Taylor. I'm going to turn things over to these guys at this time. Grateful they joined me. This is a head baseball coach of the Pillsbury Red Devils. Thanks for joining me.
Glad I finally get to make an appearance on your show, Jordy. I've been trying to come talk sports with you for a hot minute now, and glad that my first opportunity is get to talk baseball with you.
Let's do it. Sitting on my right, your left at home. He just called a baseball game with me last week. We were down there in ERAF, and a lot of fun it was indeed.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun, Jordy. Looking forward to doing it again with you. Like Brandon, I wanted to come in here and talk sports with you as well, so it should be fun tonight.
Pitching coach for New Iberia Senior High, Mr. Blaine Arsenault. All the way to the end of the table, St. Martinville assistant baseball coach. What's going on, Mr. Delahousie?
What's up, Jordy? Appreciate the invite back, man. It's been too long, man. I know I've made a little bit of a lapse in appearance this football season, but happy you did something with baseball, man. I think it's been a long time coming.
Hey, let's do it. Let's get after it. The brackets have been released yesterday. We're sitting down today. We're going to talk about it. First off, let's dive back into the season here. I want to get your thoughts of the season. You've seen some teams along the way. You've seen some big-time players. Give me your overall thoughts as these playoffs get underway.
Man, it's been a long season. Man, one of the best teams that I saw this year was Ascension Episcopal. They have a big lefty commit. He ran it up against us, probably sat 87, 89, probably touched 90, 91 against us. Really, really crafty lefty. Threw strikes the entire game against us, kept his pitch count down. That's going to be a tough team to watch. Of course, you know, Erath, Coach Picard out there does an amazing job with the talent that he has out there. Kinder, we saw Kinder this year. Kinder's tough. Holy Savior Menard. That we had a really, really tough district this year. It was kind of brutal. You know, that's the first time. It's a new district for us. We had a lot of traveling. We went. I think we made 2 trips to Alexandria. 2 trips to Alexandria. Oakdale came to us, but then we had a new format this year where 1-2 matched up. They played a best 2 out of 3 series for the district championship. 3 and 4, we were the 4 seed. We went to Oakdale and we had to travel to Oakdale on back-to-back days. So it was a lot of traveling for us this year with that new district. It was pretty brutal. And then, man, we saw, who was it? There was a team that absolutely hit the mess out of the ball. And I was talking to a coach about them the other day. They have several players on their team. They have a thick, nice beard like Josh. Like one of the guys.
Kaplan.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's who it was, Kaplan. They had a kid. I'm telling you, dude, we executed pitches against this kid. Austin Ellis was pitching and has a phenomenal breaking ball. Threw him first pitch breaking ball, and it's like he knew it was coming. Dude run it and hit it off the center field wall. So I was like, okay, we're not throwing him that again. We threw a fastball away, did the same thing. Like, they just 1 through 9 just mashed the ball. It was probably one of the first times in my 4 years of calling games, like calling pitches, that I just had no answer for their offense. Everything we tried to do, the pitchers executed, and they just mashed the ball. They were on it that day.
5 seed Kaplan Pirates entering this year's playoffs. Mr. Blaine, great season for your group, but just on the outs for the playoffs. What can you speak about those seniors and what they did this year?
Oh man, we had 9 seniors this year. It was a great group. Majority of them been starting since their freshman year. They came in to work, did their job. No complaints. They 5:30 workout, 5 a.m. workouts or whatever. They was in there grinding all year. But I tell you how tough this Division I is, non-select. I think this is the first senior class in 19 years to not make a playoff appearance. So that's just a testament of what the baseball we see day in and day out, especially in our district with the Barbs, Sam Houston's, and all that. Other than that, that's about all the good baseball I've seen. I haven't really much paid attention outside besides keeping scores.
I definitely don't envy your district whatsoever, dude.
That Division I bracket is nasty.
Yeah.
Mr. Delahousie, this season here, we go into the playoffs. They got some teams that are red hot right now, and you want to be playing your best baseball going into the playoffs.
No, 100%, man. There's a couple of teams that I think are going to fly under the radar, obviously. We actually had the opportunity to play, like St. Ed's, for instance, man. That's one of those teams that
They
is
are
just
really good.
very well coached, hit the piss out of the ball. They've got one kid that they threw against us. I think he's an LSUA commit, if I'm not mistaken. Kid was all over the strike zone. I mean, everything over the plate. And I mean, he's pumping gas. Especially, I want to say he's
Lil Righty?
Yeah.
So he throws it. He probably runs it up 91, 92
So
on a good day.
and you can see it, man.
When he is on, when he's locating the strike zone, he is nasty. He plays third base, little lefty. He hits it really well. He's a LSU commit.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So, and then another one that I think, especially being that they're Class B, I don't think a lot of people are talking about them, but we had the opportunity to play Lackassine. That's going to be a fun little team.
I heard a
Scrappy
lot about
bunch,
them.
right?
Oh, yeah, man.
I heard a lot about them.
Man, they're scrappy.
I
They
heard
can
a
hit the ball
lot
as
about
well.
them.
They can pitch it, man. They play clean baseball, so especially in Class B, look for them to make a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk number 1 seeds entering this year's playoffs. We'll see what jumps off to these guys here. Got some really good teams that are entering the playoffs as number 1 seed. We start with the big boys. Division I non-select Live Oak. I know you guys right here got a lot to say about Live Oak in a few minutes. Catholic of Baton Rouge trying to go and repeat. They enter as the 1 seed in Division I select. How about Bruley? Division II non-select Panthers. Really good baseball team over there. Turlings. Every bit of advertised. They are the number 1 seed in Division II select. Sterlington. Really, really good baseball team out of the Division III non-select. Parkview Baptist always in the mix. Division III select number 1 seed. And Oak Grove going for a 5-peat this year out of the Division IV non-select bracket. Covington Christian only
33
Yes.
and 0.
the only
34
and 0 team
34.
remaining, and what a season it's been.
They got some dudes.
They got some dudes indeed. Every bit of advertised over there. Pitkin always in the mix. They're one of those teams that you know in that B bracket you're going to have to deal with. And then Family Christian rounds out as the 1 seed in the C bracket. We listed 10 of them here. What really sticks out to you? You got some heavy hitters in this group.
Absolutely. We can start with the big boys, Division I non-select. I mean, Live Oak has been as good as advertised. They got some kids that can play ball. I was talking. I think I have a friend that coaches at North Shore, and if North Shore should match up with Live Oak in that quarterfinals game, I'm gonna do my best to go watch that because they got some college arms that are gonna get showcased in that series. It's going to be a good matchup. If North Shore's guys are on, they're going to give Live Oak every bit they can handle.
The more impressive thing about Live Oak, man, is you got to look at how battle tested they were. They went robbed 1 from Barb. I think they run rule. I say robbed 1. They run rule
Yeah.
Barb, beat Turlings. I think the only games that they dropped was maybe 1 against Turlings, 1 against Lutcher, and then I don't know who the other one was. But I mean, all season long.
And I mean, you got to think Lutcher has the LSU commit,
Right. Right, exactly.
locate.
So
I mean, that kid's been 93, 94 this year.
And that's got to tell you something about what they've got in their arsenal. So man, I'm not gonna say it's a shoe-in by any means, especially with Barb in that same district. But man, how about a rematch if you can get 1 and 2 back to the finals? Especially Barb's got to be chomping at the bit to be able to reconcile that 10-run rule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
1 seeds. Covington Christian unbeaten, and they've been run ruling some good teams this year.
Yeah. They loaded like Brandon was saying, 34 and 0. You played good baseball all year long. They got a good pitching staff. The starters go deep in the games, and then the relievers just come in and do their job and close the door. They are one of the most well-rounded teams they have in the tournament, besides like a Live Oak and a Barb and stuff like that.
And like the thing is, I mean, they played up. They played competition all
they did.
year.
They didn't run from competition at all.
They played competition all year.
Over under, we got 10 of them. Over under, how many 1 seeds win the state title this year? 5 or more, or 5 or less. Where we at? We'll start with you, Delahousie. Over under 5.
Man,
So I'm gonna
I'll
say
go over 5 just to be safe. But even at the 1 seeds, man, like there's
Got some
outside
of them
of
in
luck,
trouble right now.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly, man. And I'm not saying anything against anybody, but there's
So-
the talent in the state right now. I
I'ma
think
say
it's definitely
yes.
on show. But I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I'll say over 5 to be safe,
No.
but don't be surprised if you
No.
have under.
Okay. Blaine, what you got?
no.
I'll say under just because of the fact that I would never bet against Barb in a big time matchup
Right.
with those two big lefty arms that
No.
they have. So I'm saying Barb will beat Live Oak right now in the championship game, but I think all the other 1 seeds will pull it off.
Yes.
You going over?
Oh, over, yeah, I'm sorry.
Big dog, what you got?
Under.
Under?
I think so. Under
Okay.
5.
I tell you what, you look at some of these matchups, and when they get down the road,
5 or under. Yep.
these 1 seeds are going to have some wars with some of these teams down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. But, I mean, take our division, for instance, right? You got Sterlington. We were talking about them before we started, man. You got
Sterlington's
Ben-
gonna be hard.
Yeah, man. Ben Sheets runs as good a program as anybody.
Let's do
You
this.
know what I mean?
We're going to go through. I want to give me one key word or a couple words that describe the 1 seeds this year. We'll start with Live Oak. Give me something. What describes this team?
Just balanced, man.
Go ahead.
Their offense is scary. Man.
Scary offense.
Yeah. A potent offense, yeah.
Catholic of Baton Rouge.
I'm gonna say hungry, man. Did they not drop? Did they win last year? I can't
won it
remember.
last
Yeah,
year.
they did win it last
With
year.
Smith.
With
So-
the arm
Yeah,
of-
they had Smith.
Exactly.
Smith.
So I want to say that maybe they're not on everybody's radar. I understand that they're number 1, but I know that they dropped a couple of big games this year, so I think they may be trying to still make a statement. You know.
Okay. Stay on top. What you got?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're just trying to find their identity without Smith, even though they went to the 1 seed, but I think they'll be dangerous.
Dangerous team going into the playoffs. B?
Yeah, I mean, Catholic of BR is, I mean, it's a picture of consistency. I mean, you know, they have, I mean, just like, you know, we played at LSUE. I mean, you go there to expect to win baseball games. And, I mean, Barb's the same way. You know, Turling, St. Thomas More, all these teams that have been on the map. I mean, they have great coaches at the front leading the programs, but there's a reason why they're successful.
Yeah.
They expect to win, and they do everything it takes to win.
What about the Bruley Panthers? Give me something about them.
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not up to date on Bruley at all.
Yeah, they kinda
but I know
surprised
I've
me this
seen,
year.
Yeah, I know I've seen them all over everybody's rankings. So I mean, yeah, just.
I tell you
have
what.
no idea. I'm
Okay.
not gonna say anything.
I tell you what. So, Eunice is going to be a tough matchup. If Eunice wins, Eunice is going to be a tough matchup for Bruley. And then the winner of the North Vermilion Iota series, I think North Vermilion beats Beauchamp. The winner that comes out of the North Vermilion Iota game is going to be tough in that quarterfinals.
So tough road
So
for you.
that's a very
Question marks for you.
that's a very tough road for Bruley.
Tough road. Question marks. What you got?
Well, coach, that's all I got.
Yep.
I don't really know much about him either.
Yeah.
Shifting gears. Turling's Catholic.
So this is one that I've actually got my eyes on personally, man. So I don't know, have they been able to win a state title since Brooks took it over?
Last year.
Okay,
They're looking
see,
for
I'm
a
not.
repeat.
Yeah, see, I was out of the game last year, so I'm not sure. But yeah, man, look for them to kind of try to build that dynasty back up, man. You know, it's been a couple of years since Tibb had left or whatnot. So look for them to kind of try to get back on that dynasty track.
Building the dynasty
Exactly.
again.
Loaded. They're a very good team, top to bottom, and can rate.
Very fundamental.
Yeah, fundamental.
Shout
pitching.
out to Coach Lemoyne,
Yeah.
former head coach at my alma mater.
And the pitching staff is really great, so they loaded this year.
B.
They fundamental. I mean, they top to bottom fundamental, and they find ways to win games. I mean, hit and run, bunt and run is over. They're a complete team.
The little things
Scrap it.
that matter. How about Sterlington, the Panthers?
Yeah, we were already talking about
Yeah, we
that one. I think
talked about
I'm gonna go ahead and stick my neck.
They're
on the
loaded,
line on this one,
man.
Just say dominant. I mean, again, I don't know that Ben's ever had a bad team under his tutelage. So I mean, yeah, look for him to kind of keep on with his ways.
Yeah, another loaded team. I think the pitching staff covers that team. The offense can rate, but I think like he said Ben Sheets got him going with his son on the mound.
Yes.
His son on the mound, they dominated
Unfair,
for real.
man.
B?
I mean, it's unfair that they that they playing in that class. I mean, they're loaded. They were really, really good last year.
Right.
And then they got they got Devin Downs, they got Sheets. I mean, that's all D1 guys,
Yeah.
man. That's all D1 guys that are gonna go and shove. That, I mean, those guys are gonna be hard to beat.
Parkview Baptist.
Again, Parkview's another one that I'm not all that familiar with.
Year in and year out, they're in the mix.
Yeah. Just
Consistency.
stay consistent.
Yeah, consistency. The year in and year out.
B?
I really didn't hear a lot about Parkview this year, but same thing. I mean, they're consistent year in, year out. I mean, those big programs that you see that are 1 seeds in and out every year, I mean, they have guys that have been there for a long, long time, and there's a reason why their programs are successful year in and year out.
This senior class has never lost a playoff game. They're going for a 5-peat. They were on the team as 8th graders. Oak
Parkview.
Grove.
Oak Grove.
Yeah,
Oak
I'm
Grove.
looking at them right now, man. You want to talk about a team that plays up? I mean, outside of district, I don't know that they played down at all. I mean, yeah, you want to say tested. So they're a number 1 seed at 14-12, but that's got to tell you something about the teams that they are beating and how well rounded they are as a team.
Battle
For
tested.
Yeah. Powerhouse.
Sure. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
And
Powerhouse.
I mean, honestly, no disrespect to anyone, but they have a pretty easy track to the semifinals.
Well, hold on now, man. We actually got a chance to play Welsh, and we played them early
Well,
on.
Welsh
in
is
the
at the
year,
bottom. Welsh is at
Welsh,
2.
they're on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
I'm saying they
So
still
I
have
said-
to go
I
through
said-
Welsh. Yeah,
yes.
to
To
get
the
that
semifinals.
chance.
So
So they can get to.
Oh,
I said
I
they
got
have
you.
a pretty easy path to the semifinals, but
Oh,
like
yeah,
on the
yeah.
other side of the bracket, you know, Vinton, Welsh, Grand Lake, those teams are really.
There's going to be some battles down there.
The Quincy,
Delcom too, man. Delcom's no pushover either.
There's going to be
like-
some battles on that bottom bracket.
like all
Definitely.
all the teams that I've seen and heard about, like all the better teams are on the bottom side of the bracket, because you know I've seen Oakdale, and I think Oak Grove handles them pretty good.
They'll just come off a 14-inning win over Lafayette
Yep.
High.
Just
the
be
other night.
Lafayette, some momentum going into the playoffs for sure.
14 innings.
All right,
We played them 3 times this year, so I mean I've seen them a lot.
34-0, Covington Christian. My goodness.
Quebec is dominant on that one, man. When's the last time you've had somebody from that division go 34-0? Actually, when's the last time?
This
I'm
is
sorry.
the record. They got the record right
Yeah,
now.
I was about to say, man. Yeah.
Back in 2018, I think Edie White had the record at 33, and Covington Christian sits at 34.
It's impressive.
Dominant. Two-tone got him playing very good baseball.
Dream season, huh?
Yeah, dream season. It's
Me and Chance actually got to play. We played for the Hogs over the summer. Joe Tutton, who is the head coach at Covington Christian, his dad is the one that started the Hogs organization, and he wound up taking everything over for his dad. His dad was a big part of the baseball community out there, so I know how they run things, and they get after it, man. Those kids work hard. Like I see Joe. Joe's always posting, like on Sundays he has a field full of guys like taking BP on their own.
College guys coming
College guys coming back, like nobody running anything. Like they just go out there and do it on their own. And all the kids that he have coached comes back and works with the younger guys. So I mean, that's huge when you have college guys coming back to your program and working with the younger guys and kind of running things, and like the coaches just sit back and smile.
Man, not only that, and it's not like any of these wins were cheap wins. So
No.
they've run ruled Kaplan. And again, I'm not saying any of this to
Kaplan's
put down any
good.
of the team. Kaplan's
Kaplan's
good,
good.
man.
Man, they just-
Almost run ruled Destrehan.
they beat Curtis too.
Kurtz, they almost run rule ERAS. So I mean, man, you want to talk about it's
Battle
nothing. It
test.
has nothing to do with the
Battle
class, man.
test.
I would put them up with just about any other team in
Yes.
any other district, and they're gonna hold their own.
Correct.
Yeah.
Pitkin and Family Christian round out B and C. Real quick, your thoughts on those two teams?
Yeah, Pitkin's another one, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think Pitkin typically is pretty consistent. They're at least in the fight, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's where Edwards come from, correct? For LSU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, They've had guys that come out of there picking year in and year out.
Yes.
And Family Christian, we don't know much. We'll see how they fare throughout the playoffs here. Fellas, how about this? Last teams into the playoffs. New format this year. We're fixing to talk about it. But last teams in Division I non-select, Thibodaux sits in the playoffs. Division I select, Liberty gets in. Division II non-select, Beauchamp gets in. Division II select, David Thibodaux. Division III non-select, North Webster. Division III select is Fisher. Division IV non-select, East Beauregard. Division IV select, Catholic Appointed. B is Fairview. C is Singer. Fellas, 20 teams get into the playoffs for division for select bracket. 24 teams get in the playoffs for the non-select bracket. So making this playoffs, no easy task this year. These are the 10 that just made it in. Your thoughts on some of these teams? I look at a couple of them and think to myself, man, they got a shot to go and win a first round matchup.
Yeah. That's the beauty of baseball, though, man.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, you gotta
nothing is
show up and put the
guaranteed.
game
It's all about who shows up ready to play.
This ain't your traditional 1 versus 32 here. You look at a 20 seed go and play a 13 in the first round. That's the last team that gets in.
And then so some of them aren't best of 3. So I mean, if they have a dude,
Yes, there you go.
if they have a dude and he goes up there and he's on and he's dealing,
And
I mean, anything can happen.
And if we go to the Division 4 bracket, if I could find it real quick,
Select
right here, select, and you tell me that Catholic Appointed P ain't gonna go give St. John a hell of a matchup in round 1.
Yeah.
That's a team that just snuck into the playoffs and
Yep.
they got a chance to go win a couple.
What a terrible draw for St. John, man.
Yeah. Gotta play Catholic Appointed P, and if you win, you go to Ascension
Ascension,
Christian.
right? Good Lord.
Man, Ascension Christian is good. I would like to see Covenant Christian, Ascension Christian match up in the semis. That would be a hell of a game.
Let's see, we got an update in the chat.
Because I already know
Trying to find
the
that
big
bracket.
lefty's gonna throw against Covenant Christian, and if
Right.
he's on,
I mean, that's a slug.
if he's on, he is good, man.
Which bracket would David Thibodaux be in?
David Thibodaux is
Select.
select 2, Division 2.
Okay.
Yeah, they forfeit.
We have a forfeit here. So David Thibodaux was the last team to get in, but didn't even play the game. Forfeit, Kenner Discovery already in the next round.
I think that kind of goes back to what I'm saying. And again, my opinion matters not whatsoever. But when it comes to the whole split, man, that's the things that I guess that you're gonna have. Maybe I don't know, man. Like I don't know how often that's happened or something like that, but there has to be something better for 12 teams to get a first round bye.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then you got a team that's forfeiting. I mean, there's got to be a better way, you know. And that just might be my opinion, but I don't know. What do y'all think?
I would love to see what we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I would like to
College
see
format.
a college format where you have a 4-team regional. You have a 4-team regional to open things up, and then you have a super regional, and then your top 4 make it to the state tournament.
Right.
And your super, or I'm sorry, in your regional, in your opening round, double elimination, just like it is.
Yeah.
Same format.
Well, and it's like we just said, man, like how important could first rounds be? And I understand certain people get a bye, certain people deserve a bye. And I know it's all about the number of teams and how you have to stack the brackets. But, I mean, any team can come out there, man, like we just said, on that first round, throw their guy, they have a guy, and just pull up a massive upset that nobody saw coming.
And then it
Completely
throws
shape everything
it
up.
throws a wrench into everybody's plans.
Exactly.
Let's go.
I think it would make it fun.
I agree.
State champions from a year ago trying to repeat this year. We'll read them off. Division 1 select Catholic of Baton Rouge. Got a good shot.
Yep.
Division 2 select Turlings Catholic. Division 3 select University Lab. Division 4 select Opelousas Catholic. Division 1 non-select West Monroe. Division 2 non-select is Lutcher. Division 3 non-select is South Beauregard. Division 4 non-select is Oak Grove. B is Quitman. And C is Avoyelles Charter. There's your state champs from a year ago. I turn it over to you guys, and you look at this and you think to yourself, got some teams that can go back to back this year.
Man, and I tell you what, we play Opelousas Catholic every year, and they have Carter Stelly, good lefty. He's been 85 to 87 this year, maybe touch 87, 88. Good breaking ball, great changeup. I really think their pitching coach over there has done a good job. He comes from UL, and he's done a great job of really developing those guys' changeups, and it's been a game changer for their pitching. And then, I mean, you got Gillen. If Gillen gets on the bump and he's really on, that kid can run it up 90-92.
And then they avoided Covenant and Christian.
And they avoided him.
They're on the bottom of the bracket.
So, I mean, if those guys get hot and get on a run, they have the arms, to make a deep run. They have multiple arms that they can put up there, and they definitely have the athletes and the sticks to produce runs. And, I mean, of course, Justin does a great job with those guys and, developing his talent over there.
Thoughts of these state champions from a year ago entering this year's playoffs?
I think probably more than half. Well, I didn't say more than half. Less than half of them probably would repeat. I think Turles would get back there. South Bowl's a very good competitive team this year. They might get back there as well. West Monroe, they're going to try to make a run for it, but I just think Live Oak and Barb might be a little bit
Might
too
be on the
much.
collision course.
Yeah, I think they're on the collision course for this title.
Oak Grove is going for the 5-peat.
Oak Grove going for 5 feet. Cali BR, they're going to make another run for it as well.
And then we'll have to see who comes out of that B and C bracket.
Yeah.
But that Lutcher team can get hot.
Yeah, they can.
Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
got
good luck. They've been there, man. So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those things. They're familiar with the
So,
situation.
they,
I don't think the moment's too big or anything.
and they're gonna win one game for sure because nobody's beaten. I don't think anybody's beaten them when they got their guy on the mound.
Right.
They got to run. Yeah, they got to run through Narcissus Soto, so that'll be a
Yeah.
collision course right there.
That's not a pushover either
No.
by any stretch.
Questions for the panel. Here we go, fellas. I'm turning things over to you guys. Your thoughts on the new format. We're going to get some semifinals this year at home sites. And the finals will be the best of 3 when we get to Sulphur. We'll turn things over to you. Your thoughts, semifinal baseball at your home field.
I love it, man. Like, I think, especially if you've got fans that have been devoted to your program the entire year, man, I think that's only going to keep, one, your community, but then, fans, students, whoever it is, man, that's constantly staying with your team, backing your guys. I think that's only going to strengthen their love for not only baseball, which I think is always going to be a great thing no matter what you're trying to do. Anything to grow the game, I think, is important. But then it also kind of helps your community and gives you a sense of community. So I think that's awesome, man. I think that's a great move by the LHSA.
I like it that they went to the best of 3 because, like, you've seen teams in the semifinals that probably wasn't the best team, have a bad game and get beat, and then don't get to play in the state championship. That's the best, when you're doing a best of 3, you find out who the best team is.
Okay.
So I think in your upper levels of baseball, they should be doing it because they have the pitching, the lower levels probably don't have the arms.
And
to
Division
be able to
4
do
will
it.
be one game all the way.
Yeah.
So,
But for big boy baseball, I think they've been needing to do this. I think they've been needing to run it best of 3 the whole way through. That way you can truly see who the best team is.
and you don't have an ace that gets flushed in the semis,
Yep.
or an ace that you could throw out a Schmidt in the finals.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the best 2 out of 3 and all the way through. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the higher seed host semifinals. I like the fact that semis and finals was in Sulphur. It kind of like eliminates the Cinderella story almost, kind of, so to speak. I wish they would, like when we was all playing, when it was different host sites,
Yeah.
like
kind of bounce around. Or
yeah,
whatever.
it's like at Tulane Stadium or wherever the class was designated at. But
Yeah, I like that idea.
That was my next question going into it. Do you like the state title games in Sulphur? Or would you want to see it at different locations? I mean, we got LSUE building a brand new stadium.
Yeah, I think
Could
they
we
need-
see something like
Yeah.
that in the future?
Well, and
think-
I also think it's fair, especially you got to think for those teams that are coming from up north or like New Orleans or like wherever it is, man. I don't think it's necessarily fair to them. So I think to be able to kind of spread the wealth of the state tournament all around, and then again grow the game of baseball, especially high school baseball. I think it's important, especially to have that tournament in different communities and kind of show them what it's all about. You know.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we have way too many nice
I mean,
parks and
Even
stadiums
up
now.
north, man, you have a bunch of sports complexes in Monroe. You have a bunch in New Orleans, Lake Charles, Alexandria.
yeah.
there's-
You got a whole minor league stadium in New Orleans. not
exactly,
even being
man.
used.
I think there's entirely too many good
Well, the
enough
park-
venues that would be able to. Yep.
The park that we played St. Aug at, the MLB,
Urban Academy.
Yeah, the
Oh,
MLB
yeah.
has that initiative. They came, the one that I was looking at when we were doing our thing. So they went and rebuilt that stadium, man. It's nice.
Yeah, it's-
But like there's like everybody has renovated their parks now, like LSUE, UL Monroe, La Tech, Tulane. I mean, you have so many nice stadiums that you could have as host sites. Like, I think they need to start utilizing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got two. I don't know. You're a pitching coach at your school?
Kind of forced to do it. This
Okay,
year,
so
yeah.
we got three pitching coaches sitting at the table today. I want you to set up pitching matchups for me and give me your best start on this. Is it 1 versus 1? Or do you save one for game 2 if another team has a big dog that's committed to an LSU? What's your
Depends.
thought?
Yeah,
what's
man,
your
that's-
thought
It depends.
process when
It
comes to
depends
the
how
table?
good their one is.
Yeah, and it also depends on your guys.
Yeah,
man, and the
depends
confidence
how
that
good
you have
my
in your
guy is.
guys.
Right, I want to know from your perspective. You go ace versus ace. Let's see who's gets the best
If you-
out of it.
So I think if you have a good enough 1-2 punch, and if you have that second guy that can come in and at least hold his own and let your guys behind him
Absolutely.
come, knowing that an ace can go the distance,
Yeah.
or if not, at least get you 5 to 6. Yeah, 100%, man. Especially if you, I'm not gonna say count yourself out against a dude, but yeah,
Right.
do what you can to minimize or give yourself any advantage possible. But
Like
it's all situations, man.
Like for example, like Schmidt last year at Catholic of Baton Rouge, or Loke at I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. It's Loque, Marshall, his first name, the kid from Lutcher. So like if I'm matching up against a kid like that, like I'm probably throwing my 2.
right.
I'm probably throwing my 2 because
Sterlington's kid. Well, I say that, but
Yeah.
Sterlington has played.
Yeah.
Sterlington has
Dude.
they have sheets and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
You know, and you
pick
go
your
into
poison.
that, so it's pick your poison. What do you do at that
Yeah.
point?
So, like, I mean, it's and at the end of the day, it's roll the dice, man.
Yeah, it's like they said. It's all about matchups. Me personally, I wouldn't go into a series like that going 1-for-1. I would go 2 or 3 against day one. Just hopefully we can, do some type of damage against them, and then save the one for the 2 game, and then the 3rd game is just whatever it is at the end of it.
But then again, also, man, you got to think about it as well. Like, especially with these younger kids, man, you don't necessarily want to mess up their mindset. So if you've got a guy that you think can go and compete, don't rock the boat and do what's working for you. I mean, there's a reason you're there, So if you think your guy can keep up with their guy, roll the dice, man. It's the same thing. It's all about situations.
I mean, honestly, if I have a 3 that can go in and throw strikes and be
Oh, yeah.
competitive,
Yeah.
I'm rolling my 3 and I'm saving 1 and 2 for game
Yeah.
2
You
and
can always
3.
do that as well.
Yeah. It's just all about matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
And what you have confidence in.
Yeah.
How about the importance of strength of schedule with the power rankings these days? You may see a losing record in the playoffs still be a host in the first round. Talk to me about those type of scenarios that coaches go into seasons knowing, hey, we're gonna have a grueling schedule, but at the end of it, we could be playing postseason baseball at home.
Yeah, especially for us, man. I know that was a big thing. We scheduled more games this year than I think we have, almost in the last 2 seasons combined. But you do that to kind of prepare yourself, one, for district, but then not only that, if you kind of sneak a few games here and there, you give yourself a shot for playoffs, especially if you're going to sneak a game against a team that you know is going to be successful, have wins. It kind of help you with the power rankings,
Yeah. I see both sides of the coin on that. You wanna schedule tough early in the season, and then like kind of fall back towards the end just to hopefully be in the playoffs. But I also understand teams try to win early, and then just hope for the best on the back end. So if that makes sense.
Well, and not only that, but like if you're smart enough and you really know how, if you really know the teams that you're scheduling, a lot of teams, especially when you get into the smaller classes, a lot of their guys play multiple sports. So
Yeah.
you're able to kind of finagle it to where, okay, I know they're going to have a lot of guys missing because of track or baseball or track or basketball or something like that. If I sneak a win in early in the season, I know in the back half they're going to be stacked and
Yeah.
loaded, and they're going to be able to give me a bunch of power points in the back end. It's
Yeah.
little things like that. And the longer you're in high school baseball, especially in Louisiana, it's so small and tight knit. You kind of pick up on those things.
Is there a new strategy to scheduling, knowing there's only 20 of them getting in the select bracket? There's only 24 of them getting in the non-select bracket.
I mean, yes. I mean, you do have to schedule tough, but also, like Josh said, there is things that you have to be aware of, and there's things that you can do to be smart about it. And then also, kind of what I've seen is, like, especially with us, we were 2A this year, so like making sure, like, I don't have an SEC, I don't have a bar pitching staff, I don't have a Catholic, so like I can't spread myself thin as well. So like I can't play 3-4 days in a row and expect to have pitching at the end of the week and be competitive. So like scheduling enough tough games, but making sure that things are spread out to where we can still be competitive. I think is really important too, because like, man, we went on a stretch. I feel like we played like 4 or 5 games in a row. Like it was brutal, and they were all on the road. I think we played 4 games in a row on the road, and like I was just delirious by the end of the week.
Got an update in the chat. Thank you to Mr. Miller. Loreauville beats Port Allen tonight in Game 1 of the series. No hitter.
Yeah, that was a surprise for me, man.
Yeah,
I think Loreauville was like a sleeper that
Loreauville's
Loreauville
always
forgot
tough.
about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they do. They left in Navarre. The kid, he runs it up 87, 88. He might get to 89, 90. But he's a good lefty that can
They
fill up the
always
strike
got a
zone.
dude,
I know, but
Yeah.
I mean, with them
and
losing
then
their
always a
coach-
lefty. The other kid went to
Yeah,
UL.
UL. Riley
Yeah.
Marcotte.
Yeah, Marcotte.
Let's talk Division 1 non-select bracket Barb West Monroe rivalry. Wouldn't meet in the finals this year, but we could see them again down the road in the semifinals. Do we get there? Do we get to see the rivalry one more time this year? Because things have got heated these last couple of years. Your
That's
thoughts?
It's a tough road.
I
for
don't
West
know,
Monroe.
man. Yeah, I'm not gonna count out Sam Houston at all, man. I
Sam,
think,
you got Sam Houston, you got Zachary, you got Northwood Shreve.
Right.
Like the West Monroe has a tough. They have tough matchups.
We have
on
an
that side.
we have an update. Sam Houston beats Senamont tonight
Yeah.
in Game 1, 6-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Bravada too, man. The job that he did over there. I think this was his last game at the
Last
helm
series.
over there.
Yeah.
Or last series, yeah. So
But do you like the rivalry? Good for baseball. Good for high school baseball.
Any rivalry.
Yeah, any rivalry
man.
is good. Any
I think that's
rivalry.
what attracts. That's part of what attracts people to baseball for the most part, man.
When we looked at this bracket, we said, "Where's West Monroe? Where's Barb?" Because everybody wants to see them go at it again.
Yeah.
yeah,
Might get it.
I agree.
Might get it.
I'm not gonna lie, that San Houston Barb rivalry as well, man. That's another good one that would get chippy. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
you know.
That whole area, Sam Houston, Salford, Bar,
Yeah, exactly.
they don't like playing each other.
But it's so rich with
And you
talent,
have
man.
to play twice in the same
Yeah.
district.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can we go to the Division 4 select bracket real quick? The question is, can Covington Christian finish off the dream season? They are 4 wins away from perfection. Who stands in their way? Who's their biggest test moving forward? Is it Covington Christians to win it all?
I think your top. I think Ascension Christian. I think Ascension Christian is probably the only team on their side of the bracket that can compete with them
Is it?
Okay.
because
It's one game the
it's
whole
one game.
Yeah.
One
Oh,
game to over
God.
to- wow.
Division 4
So-
is one game the whole
So that's what I'm saying. So the way they match up, the only team on that side of the bracket is Ascension Christian. Their big lefty gets on the mound and he's dealing. I seen him throw. That's the one I was talking about at the beginning of the show. He gets on the mound and he's dealing. It could be a tough
That's
game.
crazy.
And we're talking about it right here too, man.
And
If you
unlike
stack it-
unlike the bigger brackets, they're going to play their semifinals in Sulphur, and the state championship will be the next day. So if they go ace in the semis, it's flush for the finals.
You
So
can go ace
throughout the whole
yeah,
thing?
you can go ace to the regional, the quarter, because I mean, at 115 pitches, I think that's 4 days rest. So I mean, you can go all the way.
Yeah,
to
so
the
I
semis.
think you see Covenant Christian, Ascension Christian. The
Yeah,
lefty's
exactly,
going to throw
man.
every game for
Which
Ascension
lefty?
Christian.
Oh, who's the lefty for Covenant? That's the Champagne kid, right?
So Covenant Christian has a dude too, but I'm saying I expect to see Covenant Christian and Ascension Christian, and if the lefty from Ascension Christian's on, he'll give him trouble.
Okay, what about bottom of the bracket? Who can give them trouble if they make it to the state title game?
I mean, Opelousas Catholic and Vermilion Catholic both.
And
can.
VC, yeah. I mean, it's another one. Pick your poison, dude. You got
VC,
Ascension,
VC's
OC,
well coached.
VC, yeah, man.
4 wins away from perfection. That would be a 38-0 season. We may never see it again.
I think on that side, on in this bracket, I think you see 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and I mean, that's what I think.
But obviously, they've got to have more than just one guy. You
No,
know?
they
I know
do
we're
have
talking
more.
about that,
They
but-
do have more than one.
And
They
so,
do.
and that's the thing, man. Look at who they've played. Look at the teams. And again, it's nothing against the teams that they played, but you're talking about they've gone toe to toe and beat a lot of one
A
seeds.
lot of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, man. I mean, no offense to any of these guys, man, but I don't know that there's anybody more battle tested than them. I mean, it would have to be a sneak attack in my book for them to drop one.
It's theirs to lose.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Sure.
He came out here all 34-0. His state title all bust.
So 38-0, boy. That looks like it could be a realization at the end of it.
Yep, that'd be impressive.
Oh god.
What, 38-0?
I don't even
38-0.
think Barb did that, and Barb was
Yeah,
one
in
of
all
the-
their time. And
Yeah,
all their
exactly.
runs.
I don't know if anybody's ever done that.
Never.
Not that I know.
Not that I
of.
know of.
And again, you can't say that they cheated or not cheated, but that
Took an
they,
easy
yeah,
squeeze.
Took
trying
an
to-
easy road.
No, exactly, man. So kudos to them guys.
Hey, I'm rooting for them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see history made.
Yeah.
Fellas, who's the best arm you've seen this season that could give teams trouble as we head into the playoffs?
Leger. I mean, I played against
Erath.
Erath. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a
Seth
dude.
Leger at
Oh, God.
ERAF?
Yeah, he's a dude, man.
So I think him. I think the kid from Ascension Christian,
The kid from St. Ed's too, man.
the kid from
He's
St. Ed's,
impressive.
if he's on. You got 2 great arms at Opelousas Catholic if they on. North Shore has 2 great arms that could give Live Oak trouble. North Vermilion, we play North Vermilion and Iota every year, and they're coached so well and they're battle tested. Shout out to Iota, they lost their head coach this year, and so I mean
Prayers are with the family for sure.
they're playing for a higher purpose right now.
I don't think you can talk pitching and not mention Sterlington. That's just.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
Yeah.
y'all seen in person.
Lutcher,
Yeah, no.
the kid from Lutcher.
Yeah.
Um,
How about you? I mean, you ran through the SEC
Yeah.
of 5A.
yeah, you've seen everybody.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you see?
Yeah.
Who really stands out to you that says, hey, he can give some teams some trouble?
The Hicks kid from Sulphur, he ran it up on us. He was like at 88, 89. La Martina from Acadiana High, I think against us they clocked him at 91, 92. So we seen him. That was a good arm. Jairus Miller from Barb, the lefty that's committed to McNeese. He wasn't as overpowering as them, but he could have spot up. His breaking ball was nice.
I seen some film on him. He's nasty.
Yeah.
I didn't see him this year, but didn't Rain have a kid that transferred from Acadiana?
Yeah,
that's going to UL, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He transferred from Acadiana right after the season started.
Right.
So he set out this year.
He did. Okay.
But yeah, he
Yeah.
committed
We saw
to
Ray.
He's another one. Yeah, he's another solid arm. I mean,
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him this year, but
We saw
in
Ray
the
last
past,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, we see a lot of arms in the SEC as you call it.
The SEC of
Yeah.
5A baseball. Best team you faced this year that could make a run at it? Who can make a run at it that you've seen this year? Play again?
Definitely Erath, man. I think Picard's,
Yeah.
you know, he's turned that program around in such a short period of time.
When I
It's
talked
so
to
impressive, man.
him, he said they've never been to the quarters.
Really?
They got it. They got a
I mean,
real good shot this year.
They've got the guy, and then they've got the team on top of that, man. And then they've got such a good coaching staff all around. Them, and then, like I said, man, Lacazette too in that Class B. I mean, that's a really good team. They, I don't
How
know,
did
man.
they the 10th seed? They started slow.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
playing basketball still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got those small
Yeah, we
teams.
talked about that
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys out.
Barb, for Sam Houston. Who'd you pick? Best team you've seen this year.
Well, outside our district, we did the E-Rate game last week. I think they'll give people a run for their money. Is anybody out of district? Because they all battle tested, so any one of them can take it, go all the way. That's all I've seen.
Okay. Division 4 non-select is where we're going to next. The question lies, and you knew I would bring it up. Who stands in the way from a potential Oak Grove 5-peat in this bracket?
Honestly, I don't think any. Well, I haven't seen it much of any
You got
of
some
them.
good ones at the bottom.
I
Main.
mean, Welsh, man. Yeah, Welsh is a good
I think
one.
Welsh,
I didn't
Benton,
think it was that
DeQuincy.
good this year.
Welsh, I mean, they weren't bad at all, man. When we played.
Benton's. So this is straight through as well. There's no best out of 3 with this.
Yep.
So Benton has a guy. Benton has a dude. Really good. Probably runs it up mid to upper 80s. I mean, he can give anybody trouble if he's on. I mean, it seems like it's a pretty easy path for him to the semis.
Oak Grove.
Yeah.
It's looking like
Yeah.
Oak Grove Mangum again.
Hey, Jordy, run this one by me real quick. So you got Delcom at 10, West St. John at 23, but then you go to the next bracket and you got Grand Lake and Central Providence.
Yeah, that's a misprint on the LHSAA. Central Providence in the Division 4
Okay.
select bracket.
I got you.
Yeah, you look at this: Welsh, Vinton, DeQuincy. I mean,
We saw Welsh last year. They had a really young, talented team.
and don't sleep on Delcom.
No, man, we were just saying the same thing. Delcom can definitely play a little bit of small ball, man. They can change things up, get pitchers out of their comfort zone real quick, and I mean they're really well coached, and I think they're always have been.
Yeah, we played them. Actually played them 3 times this year. The first 2 games, they gave us everything we wanted and more. It was, I think, 2-3 run ball game. We came out on top, but they're a very scrappy group.
And when you look at this bracket, you see a bunch of teams that are scrappy.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the game, especially in that district, man.
And in a one-game playoff, the
Anything
whole
can
way,
happen.
anything can happen. It's Oak Grove's to lose, though, right?
Yeah, just looking at it at first glance for sure, but again, you never know,
You
man.
never know. It's
You
baseball.
never know what that guy has, you know, or what that pitching staff has.
I'm anxious to see that. Wait,
I
on
want
your
to.
bracket, you got Oakdale and Washington Christian. That's a
That's a
misprint, too, right?
misprint.
Correct.
Okay.
I'd like to watch that DeQuincy Benton matchup.
Right.
Yeah, and that's if Logan Sport doesn't come down and stir some trouble here with an upset. But Vinton, they're battle tested.
Mm-hmm.
They played a hell of a schedule. The Quincy Vinton would be fun.
Did they play each other? in the regular
Delcom
season,
Welsh
too,
would
right?
be a lot of fun.
Right.
So I mean, I think Mangum and Oak Grove is on the collision course. Coach Ridge over there at Mangum, he's got his guys believing that they can go win it all. So excited to see what Mangum does. But Oak Grove versus the field, it looks like right now.
I talked to him today. He hit me up.
That's my guy from LSUE.
I love Old Ridge.
So we go there. So that stands out. Potentials that could get them trouble. Mangum, DeQuincy, Vinton, Welsh. Maybe even throw in a Delcom in there. We will see if they can go 5-peat. Only been done 3 or 4 times in history.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens.
What was the last 5 feet?
A long time ago.
I was about to say,
Who
nobody
was it?
recent. It wasn't that Barb or Turtlings Dynasty, you know.
It was the Jesuit and Bird and,
Oh
some,
yeah,
and another
yeah,
team.
yeah.
How many 1 versus 2 matchups we get into the finals? And you can take your time looking through these brackets. We can start in Division 1. How many 1 versus 2 matchups we get in the finals?
Yes.
Did that together, and we'll go on.
No. I'd like to see this. Yes.
A great group watching this evening. Thanks everyone for tuning in with us. Shout out to my guy, Fundraising University. Coaches around the state of Louisiana, you need fundraising coming up for your upcoming season. My guy Stuart Miller is the guy to contact. He's raising tons of money. He's cutting big time checks for programs all across the state of Louisiana. A lot of these baseball schools that are doing big things this year have teamed up with Fundraising University. Give my guy Stuart Miller a shout today or tonight or tomorrow. Shout out. Thank you for watching, my friend.
Yeah, I would say, man, maybe 4 or 5 to be
I got-
honest with you.
You got 4 or 5?
I got about 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
I got 3.
Wow.
3?
I got 3, 1 versus 2. I got Covenant Christian, Vermilion Catholic, Live Oak Barb, and Sterlington Erad.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to turn this to the coaching side here. Put yourself in their shoes, which you've all been there before. Teams that are on buys right now are not in a 3-game series like some of these Division 4 teams, B and C. They're not playing this week.
Oh, we're in the squad, buddy.
They're taking they have a whole week. How soon do you want you guys back on the field, or do you take advantage of the rest period? Maybe soreness and injuries need to get in line. A lot of teams are going to the scrimmage format these last couple of years. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, definitely from a pitching standpoint. I mean, I'm sure the majority of these bigger schools definitely, but I would imagine most of the schools are going to have some type of throwing program. So I would say just stay on par with your throwing program. Throw your bullpens when you have it, but from a team standpoint, I would definitely throw in some inter squads. Keep your guys hungry. Keep them in the fight. Try to make it as much of a on par with what the rest of your season's been, man. Don't change anything because it's playoffs. Don't put any added pressure or anything like that. It's just another day,
100%.
Yeah. For me, just make sure your top arms, your 1, 2, 3, they stay sharp. Throw your flag rounds, throw your pins. And you said a lot of schools going to the scrimmage format. Like, throw your 3s and 4s and stuff like that in the scrimmages so where your batters can still see live arms, and then maybe an inning or 2 for each starters. That's what I would do.
B?
Yeah, definitely what Josh said, man. Like you have a throwing program. Stay on your throwing program. You have recovery programs. Continue to follow them. I'm personally inter-squatting, probably not scrimmaging. That way I can stand behind my pitchers during their live at-bats, call balls and strikes, and I can still coach them on, hey, like, we need to do this and execute this in this situation. You could get, it's more what we do early in the spring. When we have in our inner squads, I think you have more coaching moments, and you can talk to your pitchers on just things that we might need to tighten up and be sharp on going into the next weekend. And same thing, like if you have a hitting coach, he could, if you have a turtle up, or if you just have a screen up behind the plate, same thing. You're
You seen this exposition? You seen this scrimmage that was made?
Who's that?
Covenant Christian's going to play Brother Morton
Wow. I wouldn't have done that.
in the scrimmage.
I
Free
get it.
admission or?
But yeah, I think you got to keep. You want to try to make everything as real as possible. To keep guys in their routines that they're accustomed to going into the next weekend. But definitely keep them active.
Okay, put yourself back into some shoes here. I want you, because everybody's played the game. Everybody's been in their shoes before. From a player perspective, from a coach's perspective, what's the mindset right now moving forward? Start with, as a player wise.
I'm ready to go. Let me eat.
Yeah,
I want
exactly,
the ball.
man.
Give me the ball. Let me hit. I'm ready to go. And I know, the guys. I mean, they've been playing their whole life for this moment. Especially your seniors. It's their last go round. You're gonna give it. You're gonna get every ounce of effort out of those guys. It means a lot to them. Maybe a little more than your underclassmen. Because you never know. When it's gonna be your last opportunity to play this game. So. I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
Coach's perspective as we enter round one, moving forward to chase a state title.
Oh man, well, this is my first head gig, so I hope I get to experience it for myself. So, speaking from experience, I don't have a whole lot of it yet. Experience in the playoffs, I've had the opportunity to coach under Coach Tyler Stevens, and this is the first year that we have not made the playoffs since I've been with him. So I hope, I get to experience it next year with my guys. But same thing, man. Just getting them ready to go. Getting them ready to go, making sure they staying focused.
My little boy.
That's awesome, man.
That's what said, hey, daddy. But yeah, man, just making sure you guys stay focused. I mean, it's easy to start looking ahead. You might have an easy first round matchup, and guys just aren't focused on the task at hand, which is who you're playing this weekend, and making sure that you stay focused and take care of business, and then move on. Take it one game at a time.
From a player perspective, what's the mindset? What are these guys thinking about right now?
I think it's hard to put yourself in today's
Yeah,
kids, man.
I
I think
know.
we were a little bit
Different.
different than what today's kids were.
Yeah.
But I can only tell you the mindset that I would have right now personally, and it would just be try to be as loose as you can, man. Don't try to put any added pressure on you, man. Enjoy every minute, every inning, every pitch, every at-bat. Like Brandon said, you're not guaranteed the next game, so have fun in everything that you're doing while you can. You're doing everything. You're giving it 100% every pitch. So that's kind of the mindset that I would personally have.
From a coach's perspective now.
Same thing from a coach's perspective, man. You don't put any added pressure on yourself. More so than anything, it's just double down on the fundamentals, man. Make sure you're locked away, especially from pitches and catches, man. It's really easy as the season goes on. You're not able to get bullpens as consistently as you would like a lot of the times. So, especially with this time that you have right now, you got an opportunity to kind of double down on your everydays, the basics, kind of get back to, pitching charts, seeing, how to attack certain guys if you've got those pitching charts, those scouting reports, things like that, man. Try to stay dialed in as you possibly can.
The season's a grind, man. So I think it's so important just to realize when you guys do need a break. Maybe give them a day off, let them refocus, because it's so easy to get complacent and just fall away from the things that work for you. Simple things, tee work. Like Josh was saying, simple defensive work, simple bullpens, things that we typically work early in the season. Guys might be getting tired by that point in the season, and they're not giving as much effort in their bullpens. So just avoiding complacency, making sure that the effort's still there.
Yeah, as a coach, I'll iterate with my guys, avoid complacency. Just do what got you here. Whatever got you here, what got you here worked, so just keep it up. But another thing, 2021, I got to Nish, and we made it to the quarterfinals that year. We got swept by Walker. But one of the coaches told me, enjoy this now, because you never know when you get back here. We in 2025, we never made the playoffs since. So, just you got to trust the process and just go what works for you.
Embrace the grind.
Yeah, embrace the grind.
Man. And it's a matter of, like you said, you can't take anything for granted, especially with the level of baseball that we have in this area. As you start kind of, I'm not going to say weeding out the lesser teams or anything like that, but as you start progressing through the playoffs, I mean, just in our area alone, you have so many stacked teams. So I mean, it in order for you to get there, you got to be playing good ball, and it's a reward, man. It's a treat.
Yeah.
You know.
A reward for all your hard work throughout the season.
100%.
Last thing I have for you guys. We're gonna go through each bracket real quick. We'll start in Division 1 brackets. What's gonna be the biggest storyline coming out of each bracket? We go Division 1 non-select first. What's the biggest storyline that you think is going to come out of that bracket? And we'll work our way down.
Oh, man.
You can go one of two ways with this one, man. It can either be kind of like what we said, Live Oak, kind of just runs through it, which
I think it's
wouldn't be the most, out of place thing. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise. But then again, man, like I said, Sam Houston at 11. You never know with those cats. Especially if they go ahead upset West Monroe. Now I understand they would have to go back to back with West Monroe and Barr, but shoot, man, don't be surprised if Sam Houston would be able to make a run.
I'm gonna throw this out there. Whoever wins that Live Oak North Shore series in the quarters is probably gonna win the state championship. I think they can beat Barr, both of them. North Shore has two dudes that can sling it.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's gonna be an awesome quarterfinal matchup. Like that's gonna be a SEC. You're gonna have SEC arms on the mound. Like that's gonna be an awesome series.
Okay.
And like you gotta think, North Shore won their district and are 28-5. Like they're I think number in the state rankings, like top 25 overall state rankings, all classes. North Shore's like I think 7 or 8 in overall rankings. They're a really good baseball team.
Division 1 select, what's going to be the biggest storyline coming out of that one?
Man, don't be surprised. St. Thomas More, man.
Yeah.
St. Thomas More's tough. Justin's done a great job. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if St. Thomas More wouldn't upset Catholic BR. I mean,
Can't really call it an upset either, man. That
mean,
district's so deep,
I mean,
them
it's a
being
1
ranked at
versus
4.
4. I mean, if you call it an upset, it's based off of seedings, but
Right,
I mean,
exactly. But
that's a really good 4 seed, man.
right.
That wouldn't be a shocker. The bottom of the bracket's wide open. I mean, Tioga, Holy Cross, Brother Martin, Captain Shreve. I mean, the bottom of the bracket's wide open. I think top of the bracket's Catholic and Catholic or St. Thomas More.
I'm not being biased, but I think if they're on, I think Acadiana can upset Holy Cross in that third round.
I can see that happening.
The biggest storyline there. How about Division 2 non-select? What's going to be the biggest storyline coming out of that one?
I think North Vermeer and Iota beats Bruley.
One of those two?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yep.
Anybody else got a storyline coming out of this bracket?
No, I think he right on par with that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Division 2 select. What's the biggest storyline coming out of this bracket?
12 bars.
He hates it. He hates it.
13 if you want to count the David Thibodeau forfeit.
Oh, true. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Look,
I think Turner's repeat.
as far as the storyline, not only that, man, but how about Turling's going undefeated all the way to a finals?
Yeah.
That'd be
That would be. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be the cherry on the cake of a very good season.
I don't see anybody beating Turtles in this bracket.
You know, but for me, we did the ED White game last week. I actually think Arca can give them a run for their money and upset them right there in that round.
Okay.
Yep.
Division 3 non-select. What's going to happen here? What's a big storyline that we have to keep our eyes out for?
Loreville, apparently.
Sterling.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of
Sterling. I think that's
I
one.
get it.
I think that's a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, I know.
I think Sterlington Erad play for the state championship.
Division 3 select. What's going to happen here? What do people need to look out for?
Man, so Catholic High's 4 seed, but this is gonna be their head coach's last season, man. Don't be surprised if
They're
they make a
always
little bit
good.
of noise, especially sending
They're
out their
always
skipper
good.
on a high note.
I like that. Let's go Division 4 non-select. Give me one big storyline that we should look out for. This is going to be some competitive games once we get past round 1. And that bottom of the bracket.
I think you're gonna see Oak Grove, Mangum, and the bottom of the bracket's tough, man.
They're going to beat up on each other to get there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Man, my boy at Vinton's battle tested. Dane's done a phenomenal job. I seen what he did with him. I would really like to see Vinton make a run. Like he's really turned that baseball program around, and he was posting 6 a.m. workouts, and like he's such a high energy guy, high energy coach.
Yeah, he definitely high energy.
I like old
And
Dane.
his
good
players,
job,
man,
good
his players are like he's got his players bought in, and they're just like him. They are high energy guys.
Division 4 select. What's the storyline that comes out of this one?
Kevin and winning all our bus.
38-0 or bust?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see that quarterfinal, man, or it would be semi. Covenant, Century Christian. I think it's 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 in this bracket.
Class B, anything really sticks out? Or we just got to see what happens?
Yeah, that's another one, man. Like I said, we've got to see them. We also beat Elizabeth as well, man. Again, we played Elizabeth before they got all their basketball guys. But
It's tough, man. when you
yeah,
go-
don't be surprised, especially with that small bracket, man. Don't be surprised if you have, I'm not gonna say a no name, but a lower seed
Lower C come out of
out and
Well, we
up
played-
PRC bracket.
Well, we played Grace Christian this year. They got a good lefty. He was hurt when we played him. He should be a freshman now. He's sit upper 80s, so they got to do to get him through.
That's tough, man. Cause like
Same thing with C.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You always those teams always got at least one guy that can get up there, and if he's on,
All right, let's talk about most intriguing matchup in round 1 of each bracket. Who is it? Division 1 non-select, most intriguing first round matchup.
let's go.
For me, is the Sulphur Covington
That's
series.
what I was looking at.
13,
too.
20.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the most
Yep.
intriguing for me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Okay.
That Central BR Destrehan one too, man.
Gonna be feisty.
Yeah.
That softball covers the matchup.
Yeah.
Division 1 select bracket, most intriguing first round matchup. Who is it?
Ooh, Lafayette High.
It's got to be that 15-18, huh?
Yeah. Which one are you looking at?
St. Paul's and Bird.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good game.
that's a
Oh,
good one,
yeah.
but don't sleep on that 16-17 matchup.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Lafayette and Higgins.
And Higgins.
That'll be a good
So
one.
man, we
Okay.
played St. Aug 13 seed. We played St. Aug in New Orleans last year. Tyler and I do the LSU camp every summer in July, and their head coach is out there with us, and so we thought it'd be cute to do a home and home with them. And so the first year we played them, we had Owen Ponche.
Yeah.
That was at BRCC. So we won at home, and then the next year we went and they had a bunch of
Grayson, though, huh?
yeah, but dude, they had some kids that they had that were hurt the first time we played them,
Oh.
and like they have a few, like one guy signed at Tulane, I believe, and they got a couple of dudes. They put a kid on the mound. He was like 88, 90, and our kids were like,
What is this?
Can't
What is
see it,
this?
coach. Can't see it.
St. Augs is a team not to sleep on.
Division 2 non-select, most intriguing first round matchups. Got a bunch of them here. Which one we're gonna narrow it down to?
3 non-select,
Division 2 non-select.
2 non-select.
I would say the
Man, I was pulling towards the 11-22 matchup, but that 16-17 is
that's
gonna
what I
be
was gonna
something.
say. Eunice Franklinton, Frank Fair.
That's a good one.
Burbridge and DeRitter too, man. Gabe's got.
Brobridge is tough.
Yeah, man. Gabe's
That-
a really
I'd probably go with
good
that
coach,
one.
Man. That's a
I'd-
fun game. to
I'd
be a
probably
part
go
of.
Brobridge to Ritter.
And a little 15-18 matchup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Most intriguing Division III select first round matchup. Who is it? This one right here, it's going to be tough to narrow one down.
There's a lot of buys, man.
A lot of buys here. I guess we can go 15-18, right?
Which one we on?
Leesville and McDonough 35?
Oh, Division 2 select.
Yep.
What you got? Division on?
Or they got the Terra and Lake Charles College Prep. I don't know anything about Terra, but I know Lake Charles College Prep. They got some guys that can play.
Yeah, I got I'm friends with the coaching staff over there. They got that big stick that's going to Northwestern State that he can swing it. But I don't know this.
Yeah, I don't know much.
Leesville,
about
McDonough 35 then.
I don't know much
15-18
about it.
matchup.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Division III non-select. Most intriguing first round matchup.
Oh, Church Point, boy. Chop's doing a good job at Church Point.
That he is, man. We played him earlier this year.
I mean,
Tell
that's.
you what,
I guarantee they might beat Caldwell Parish.
what you think about that
Sure,
11 and 22 matchup? Pine Prairie and the Voiles. That could be a competitive 3-game series
we
there.
we played both of them.
Yeah.
We played both of them. They're both good baseball teams. That's a competitive game. So probably either 11-22 or don't be surprised if Church Point don't beat Caldwell Parish, and then Church Point and Kaplan would be a good.
Manny
best of three.
Mamu too, man.
Yeah.
Mamu is very slept on in my opinion. You know all
That's a
about
good
that.
matchup.
Hey, that's what I was going
I like
to say. The 15
that
18
Pine Prairie and Voiles. I think that goes all 3 games.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, out of all the brackets, this is probably the best first round games.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the most intriguing for me is the Mamu Manny.
That's
Like Duplichan, he got him playing right. He's building a great program right there. And they're young, but he's gonna have them ready for the big lights. For
I'd
sure.
say across the board, that's probably the most competitive first round that I've seen.
Yep. Division III select most intriguing matchup. We already got De La Salle has a 2-0 victory over North Lake Christian, so they're 1 win away from closing that series out. Thoughts?
There's a lot of buys.
Yeah, it's a
So
lot
you
of
only got
buys.
one. You got one,
only got
two,
four
three,
games.
4 first round games.
Probably the De La Salle North Lake Christian if it went 2-0 in the first game.
Yeah,
Right.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I'd probably say the Homer Christian, Patrick Taylor too.
Okay. Division IV non-select most intriguing first round matchup. My goodness, South Plaquemines got to drive to the other cross
St. John and
across the
Calico
state of
Point.
Louisiana to Logan Sports.
St. John and Calico Point compete.
Apps. That's the other bracket.
Which one you in?
Non-select.
Nah, it's
Yep. This looks like a Lake Arthur Maryville. That looks like that's going to be a 7 in the war right there.
Yeah, we played Lake Arthur early in the year. They're a scrappy bunch for sure.
yeah. I agree with that.
Division 4 select bracket most intriguing. I think we all would agree here that St. John and Catholic Appointment
Yeah.
P is going to be a
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
St. Ed Cedar Creek could be some fun too.
Man, that second round, Sacred Heart and Opelousas Catholic is gonna be fun.
How many times
I don't
they
know.
Don't sleep on Hanson though,
Dude,
dude.
Sacred Heart's good.
Yeah.
We played them last week.
Hanson scrappy.
Hey,
for sure.
Sacred Heart is good. They got some arms too.
St. Ed's too. St. Ed's, Cedar Creek.
Cedar Creek, St. Ed's is going to
I
be a
think-
lot of fun.
I think St. Ed's wins that.
Yep.
Class B, most intriguing. You got the state champs from a year ago, Avoyles Public Charter as a 15. They're going to play Converse as a 18.
I don't know much about this, bro.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I think that's the most intriguing there. And if we go Class C, most intriguing, I think Plainview and Evans has a chance to be.
How's Northside Christian this year?
I don't know.
Y'all hadn't seen.
I didn't get the first one.
No sir.
Blaine, you saw Northside Christian this year?
No, I haven't seen this year.
Let's pick some state title games. And let's pick some state champions. We're starting Class C and work our way to the top.
All right, dude.
I'll start us off, and I'll say my state title game will be a 1 versus 2 here. Family Christian, Harrisonburg, and my state champion will be Family Christian.
Yeah, I'll follow suit on that one. You know better than us, sir.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 1 and 3. I'm gonna go Family Christian and Maurepas.
Okay. Who's your state
What,
champion?
what was the catcher from Maurepas that played at LSU a few years ago? What's his name? Can't remember. Family Christian.
Family Christian, your state champion.
I got the 1 and 2 with Family Christian winning.
Okay. Class B. I will go Grace Christian as the 8 seed, playing the 2 seed Weston in the finals, and Grace Christian wins it all.
I'll go.
I'm going Pickin Lockerson.
Pickin
That's what I was
and
about to say, too,
Locasine,
man.
and who you got winning it all?
Pickin.
Pickin. Okay.
I have the 8-10 matchup.
You got Grace Christian versus Locasine.
Yeah, and I got Grace winning it all.
Okay. And you got the same as Brandon.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Division 4 select brackets. I got Covington Christian versus Vermilion Catholic in the state title game, and I think they go 38-0. I think the dream season happens. Give me Covington Christian.
I'll follow suit with you
Yeah,
on that
I'm
one.
going 1-2. Covenant Christian, Vermilion Catholic, Covenant Christian.
Yeah, same here.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't want to ride out Ascension Catholic, man. I know they have to go through OC and or VC, but no, give me Convent and Ascension. Convent's just gonna take it. Though.
Covenant Christian
Covenant.
and Ascension Catholic.
Mhm.
A 1 versus 6, and you got Covington.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll sleep on the Ascension Episcopal either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game.
How about Division 4 non-select? I'm going to start us off. I got Oak Grove versus the Quincy in the state title game, and I got Oak Grove 5-peating.
Yeah, I got Oak Grove Welsh, but yeah, I got Oak Grove taking that one, man.
I'm going Oak Grove. I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm gonna go with Vinton and Oak Grove winning it all.
Oak Grove, Vinton. Oak Grove.
Okay. How about Division 3 select bracket? I will go the 5 seed St. Louis versus the 7 seed Calvary Baptist. I got St. Louis winning it all. 5 versus 7 for me.
Man, this
St.
one's-
Louis wins it all.
This one's tough. We played Holy Savior Menard, St. Louis. I like, man, that St. Louis North Catholic or New Iberia game.
I know.
That's tough. That can go any way.
I like Catholic and U Lab, man.
You like Catholic?
U Lab to take it.
So you like the 4 seed Catholic and New Iberia versus the 2 seed
I like that.
University Lab?
Yeah.
And you like ULAB taking it?
Yeah, man.
ULAB back to back? What you like? You
I
say
like
yours?
that. I like that.
Same thing.
I like Catholic or New Iberia, and ULAB.
And who wins it?
I'm gonna go Catholic or New Iberia.
Okay. Blaine.
Damn.
I'll go 1 and 2 right there with Parkview Baptist winning it.
Over University Lab.
Yeah.
1 versus 2. Okay. Next bracket, Division 3 non-select. I got Sterlington versus ERAF in the state title game.
Yep.
Well, the best of 3. And then I'm going to show some love to the Bobcats. I'm going to give ERAF their first ever state championship in school history.
I'd love to follow suit with that, man. I just don't see with that pitching staff that Sterlington has, man. And by all means, man, best of luck to you on that one. But I'll go 1-2 with Sterlington taking it.
Blaine?
I'll follow suit. I'll go 1-2. To win it all, I'll go ERAD in 3.
So you like Erath over Sterlington in 3.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Same. Sterlington, Erath. Sterlington got too much horsepower.
Okay.
I love Picard and I love what he's doing at Erath, man. I love those guys, but man, Sterlington, like I said, Sterlington got 2 SEC arms between Downs and Sheets. Just don't.
I thought he was going to Baylor.
Oh, he might be.
Yeah, I think he's going to
But I'm
Baylor.
saying they got 2 D1 arms. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Division 2 select. I went 1 versus 2. I went Turlings versus St. Charles, and I got Turlings going back to back.
Give me Turlings versus Edie White, and then let's get Turlings taking it all.
We did the Edie White game last week. I didn't see too much from them to say they would be in the state title game, but I'll go 1 versus 2 with Turlings winning.
That's what I see. Turning St. Charles, Turning win.
Division 2 non-select. I went with the 9 seed North Vermilion versus the 2 seed North DeSoto, and I have North DeSoto winning it all.
I don't hate that.
I'm gonna go 8 Iota and 2 North DeSoto. I think they're just playing for a higher purpose, like we talked about earlier. They more focused, so I'm gonna go with Iota to win it all.
8 versus who?
2.
So you got Iota, North DeSoto. Iota wins it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got West Ouachita and Lutcher.
4 seed West Ouachita, 3 seed Lutcher. That would be a lot of fun. And who wins it?
Lutcher.
Lutcher.
Yeah, I was
Goes
gonna
back
go
to back.
1-3 with Lutcher taking it.
Division 1 select bracket. I went 1 seed Catholic of Baton Rouge versus 3 seed Brother Martin, and I got Catholic of Baton Rouge going back to back.
Same.
I'm gonna give some love to my boy, O.J. Rowe, St. Thomas More, and Holy Cross.
Oh.
God, that's a tough one.
Holy War.
Let's go St. Thomas More, man.
What y'all think, fellas?
I got, excuse me. I'm gonna go another 1 versus 2 matchup with Calico winning it all.
Okay, Catholic over Holy Cross in the finals. Josh?
Catholic and Brother Martin.
Okay.
Catholic taking it all.
Final bracket, Division 1 non-select. I went 1 seed Live Oak versus the 11 seed Sam Houston, and I got Live Oak winning it all.
Yeah, I like that one too, but I'm looking at it again, man. That bottom's gonna be so tested by the time they come up. Look for it to be, I'll tell you what, man, I'll pivot a little bit here. So look for it to be Live Oak, West Monroe, with West Monroe with the upset.
So you got Western World beating Sam and Barb.
Sam, Barb, if they make it all the way there, man, and being tested like that against Live Oak,
So you got
if they make
who
it
you got?
through, I got West Monroe taking it all, man.
So you got them going back to back.
Yep.
Okay. Blaine?
I want to say, well, I got the 1 for sure. I want to say Sam Houston because it's going to be hard for Barb to beat Sam Houston 4 times in 1 year. But I think they're going to do it. So I'm going to just go 1 versus 2, and I'm going to go Barb sneaking it out.
Barb wins it all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got North Shore and Barb.
The
North
8
Shore and
seed
Barb.
North Shore,
Barb taking it.
2 seed Barb, and Barb taking it all. Okay. Fellas, at this time, as we go closing remarks, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I mean, I hope y'all had some fun. I try to put together a good enough script so we can have a little fun with a little baseball talk this evening. I want to say best of luck to all the teams as they enter their quest for Sulphur to bring home a state title. Seniors, remember the memories, leave no regrets, and leave it all out on the field. And I turn things over to you guys at this time, and B, brand new head baseball coach at Port Barry. I know you want to say some things about what's in store, what's coming up, and congratulations on
Appreciate it.
the head coaching job. And we'll go across the board here. Final words.
It's a long time coming for me, man. It's, it was Tyler's dream job. He bled, he bled Port Barry colors. Like, it's something me and him have in common is Port Barry baseball, LSU baseball, and like me and him have become really, really good friends over the last 4 or 5 years. Thank him for giving me an opportunity to be a part of the program, and best of wishes to him and his family as they start new adventures in Alabama. And I'm really excited to take over. A lot coming down the pipe. We're gonna have our first meeting, parent-player meeting, May 1st on a Thursday. At 6 o'clock, just to cover the expectations moving forward. I'm a little more stricter than Coach Tyler, was. I'm a military guy, so I'm very attention to detail. I'm gonna bring a lot of my military stuff to the table as far as for discipline and stuff, and I think it's something that's much needed for us moving forward. And biggest thing for us, man, we have so much talent. And I just want to see the guys get mentally tougher over the summer, through the fall. Just push them, drive them, get those guys mentally tougher, and just learning baseball, because the talent is immense. We have some arms. I mean, I'm expecting Bailey and Tyler to both run it up in the upper 80s next year. They sat mid-80s the past 2 years. So I think with, conditioning, flexibility, getting them on a good off-season program, the sky's the limit for those two kids. And I know they really want to go on and play college baseball. So Bailey had a few looks this year. Tyler is really starting to see that he has a lot of potential to pitch at the next level. So he really wants to dig in and give me a lot of time this off season, and sky's the limit for both of those kids in our program. So man, really, really, really looking forward to it. This is kind of a dream job for me.
Final words for the players and the coaches as they embark on their road to Sulphur.
Embrace the grind, man. I tell my guys, embrace the grind. Wake up every day, go to work. You never know when it's going to be your last opportunity. Show up every day, willing to work, stay disciplined. There's days that, you're going to be sick, you're going to be tired. Let your discipline, get you through. And best of luck to everybody, man. Looking forward to the next few weeks of baseball.
Blaine Arsenault, 3-2 podcast. Follow him for all baseball, high school related in the state of Louisiana. Big things up in store coming up. What's next for you?
We finishing up exit meetings this next couple weeks for this past season. We had a 21-13 season. We didn't make the playoffs. They'll let you know how deep that Division I is. But just ready for summer workouts, fall workouts. We have a big senior class coming back. We have 16 seniors. So most of them have been starting since their freshman year. So
Dang.
yeah. So we're gonna be
It's 5A ball for you, Joe.
I think I got five.
Well, this year we had 9. We lost 9 kids this year. And the next
We got
year,
one.
so next year we're losing 15. But they battle tested. They'll be ready to go. As far as the podcast, man, I'll be getting with some coaches around the state, just doing some interviews, stuff like that. Happy to have one of y'all on if y'all available.
Hit me up.
Just talk about the season, the future plans and stuff like that.
Trying to get Josh over to Port Barry.
And then, like Brandon said, just excited to see the next couple of weeks of high school playoff baseball.
Final words for the players and coaches.
Like you said, embrace it. Just do it. Just do what got you here. What got you here worked. So just keep it up. Keep fighting. That's all I got.
Josh, final words. What's in store? What's down the road?
Yeah, man. So this was definitely a rebuilding year. This is, and again, I'm only the assistant coach, so I'm not trying to be a mouthpiece for the program or anything. But for sure, this was going to be a rebuilding year. I knew we kind of knew that coming into it. We only had one senior this season, so this was kind of the foundation that we laid. And although we didn't make the playoffs, it was definitely a step in the right direction. I think we had double the wins that we had last season, almost the same amount of wins that we've had the previous two. So it was a step in the right direction in that aspect, and we're about to start up summer ball here in the next few weeks. Get those guys into a Legion program, which I believe we're going to try to start this year in St. Martinville, and just kind of try to bring baseball back to St. Martinville. Not that it ever necessarily left, but it had been dwindling for the last few years. So it's been a long time coming. Thankfully, with Coach Badal coming in, man, we've been able to get certain resources that we've been lacking. Having extra coaches as well, with me being a volunteer, Coach Dustin being a volunteer as well. We have more hands-on opportunities with a lot of these kids. We're able to teach a lot more than what we've been able to do in recent years. So, I mean, it's all good things. We're going to have a fall program, which we haven't been able to have for the last few years as well. So, as far as optimism, man, I don't know that baseball has ever been in a better spot in recent memory in St. Martinville. So, we're happy about it.
Final words for the coaches and players.
The biggest thing, man, is that you control your own destiny. Nobody can take that away from you. It's up to you to go and take it, though. Nothing's going to be given to you either. So, like I said earlier, you play loose, you play fast, have fun with every single pitch, every single at-bat. You can't take anything for granted. So, yeah.
Winners win, baby.
That's it.
Fellas, you had fun?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Had a blast.
Appreciate y'all coming on this evening and talking a little baseball. Maybe we can get together down the road when we find out who's playing for some state title games.
For sure.
And see what happened from now until then. But as we say goodbye for now, ladies and gentlemen, thanks everyone for tuning in this evening, talking a little baseball playoff brackets. Thank you to Mr. Delahousie, Mr. Arsenault, and Mr. Guidry. And good luck to you guys in the future and
you, sir.
everything. And come this time next year, expect to see all three of y'all getting ready for some playoff baseball.
Oh, we'll be there.
Thanks, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your night. We will see you very soon. Spring football's almost here, and we will see you for the season down the road. Get ready for those UTL Stadium tours. We will have all head coaches across the state of Louisiana. We're getting ready to get on the grind for football season. But before then, got a couple weeks, find out some state champions for some baseball teams. Hey, we even have a softball game tomorrow. Oh, so
Yeah, buddy.
playoff softball tomorrow at Marksville. And we say goodbye for now. And I used to say God bless high school football whenever I close it. I guess I can't say that no more. God bless each and every one of you. I see our buddy Austin Robichaux just checked into the chat. He has a grueling path. Have you seen LCA's path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Coach. He's got the right team to go there.
Absolutely.